Do you believe in fate, Neo?
No,
Why not?
because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix?
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Follow me.
Free will is, in fact, a gift from creation. And it is really, really an amazing gift. It is our ability, our inherent ability to choose each and every of our actions and our behaviors. It's really amazing. Free will has been likened to what we can call the random or non-deterministic aspect of reality. See, reality has both a random component and a deterministic component. This is another example of a dialectic you may recognize, where on one side you have people who think that it's all random, only random, there is no determinism. On the other extreme, it's all preordained or predetermined, and there is no free will. Again, those are false choices. The truth is in the middle, and free will is basically the random component. It's random because looking outside, we can never truly predict the behavior of any human being before they actually act. Even though we can take educated guesses, we can't truly know what they're going to do until they actually do it. And you know that to be true for yourself as well. Even when we're coerced, even when we're threatened, we still have the choice. And in fact, only you can decide what to do in any given situation. If we didn't have free will, we would basically be like puppets. We would have no capacity to actually learn and grow and evolve. We would be fixed. We could only be influenced or programmed from the outside, like a machine, like technology, like artificial intelligence. We wouldn't be able to basically be the master of ourselves and determine our own life path. It would not be possible to do that. I want to invite you to really contemplate just how powerful and important, how much of a gift this is, that free will allows us. It is exactly what allows us to grow. It is what allows us to learn and grow. Sometimes even by making mistakes, because we get to make the choice. And then we get to face the inevitable consequences of the choices we make. Now, natural law is the deterministic complement to free will. And I'm not going to talk a lot about natural law, except in context here today. Obviously, I'm going to mention it when relevant. If you want to go deeper into an understanding of natural law, I want to invite you to explore all of the content that I publish on my website, and you can definitely go deeper. But just for the purposes of this conversation, you can think of natural law as like a giant, reality is a giant mirror. And basically, what it's doing is when we make choices of behavior through our free will, we get consequences. And those consequences are designed to facilitate and maximize our learning and our growth. So let's talk a little bit about how this predator class basically uses our free will against us. Or more specifically, they use their superior understanding of free will and how it works against us through our own ignorance of it. The reason why I call them dark occultists is they are occultists. And as occultists, they already know and understand that we have free will. They know that free will can never actually be taken away from us. There's no way to actually physically remove free will. So in order to enslave us, they need to actually get us to consent to being slaves. And in some cases to be the slave drivers, like the sheepdog, or what some people call the house slaves. So they have to get us to consent. This is the big trick. There's a lot of ways that they do this, but one of the biggest ways is by providing false choices, providing choices that are illusory. One of the most common examples is the lesser of two evils. We've all heard this expression before, the lesser of two evils. This is actually based on a lie, because we should never choose evil, whether greater or lesser. But by making us think that it is the right thing to do to choose the lesser of two evils, we end up choosing that which seems lesser, but is actually still wrong and evil. It's still harmful. It's still enslaving us. So really, we need to choose our own slavery. That's the long and short of it. And most people do that by remaining ignorant. It is really that simple. Because of our ignorance of the fact that we do have free will, and due to being duped, tricked, and deceived, and lied to, and basically not respecting our own free will, we choose to be slaves. We choose to be harmed. We choose to live in a world based on violence and coercion. That's the long and short of it. So now I want to offer you up a homework assignment that's going to help you to deepen your own understanding of free will. For the next 24 hours, and it could be longer, I would say the minimum 24 hours, I want you to start to become more consciously aware of your free will in action. I want you to be aware that you are making the choice every time you act. And I want to invite you to add a slight pause in between those actions. Add a slight pause before you act so you can bring even more awareness to it. And through that process, as you start to bring more conscious awareness to your choices, make a commitment to yourself to make better choices. Consider the consequences of your actions. Consider what can happen, what may happen as a result of the choices you make. Notice that you cannot control those consequences, but you can always choose the action itself. I'd like to invite you to do something that I've done, which is to cultivate a sense of gratitude for this absolutely amazing gift that we have. See, part of the problem is that we don't value and appreciate these gifts that we've been given from creation. So I'd like to invite you to do that. Really take a minute to appreciate and acknowledge that you've been gifted with free will. And that's the enabler. That's what empowers you to always make the choice. Those of you who do the homework, I'd love for you to come back to the video and share with everyone what your experience was, because that's going to help other people in their own growth.